Good morning. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Monday. How was everyone's weekend? Good? Mine was good. I had a very lazy day yesterday. I was just exhausted. So I had a really lazy day and it was great. I loved it. So I'm going to do some channeling for the collective. Get some cards out, see what the guys want to go on about today. And also, it's very humid in here. My hair was straight. It was straight and it's smooth, and look at it already. It's gone curly and frizzy. It's so humid. It's just rainy season, raining all the time. Not all the time, but every day. It gets a little bit much. Humidity. I don't like humidity that much. I don't like dry heat, but when it's so humid like this, it's just too much. Who forgot with us today? Who's joining me? Nobody yet. Although I can't see the numbers. So I'm going to do channeling for the collective. I'm also going to do mini reads as well. So if anyone wants a mini read, to check out that pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat there. Tells you how to get one. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there, in that comment, so you can use that. That's my preferred way, but you can also use Super Chat and Super Sticker as well if you want. And if you've got a question for your higher self, please put a capital Q at the start of your question, start of your comment, just so that I can find it more easily amongst the comments of everyone chatting. No one coming today? Here by myself. No, it says there's people around. I'll just wait a little bit longer. I'll get cards out while I'm waiting for people to say hi. Hi, Jessica. I'm not by myself there. Talking to a brick wall. Did you have a good weekend, Jessica? I had a disappointing weekend on the new makeup front because everything that I got was rip-offs. I'm wearing Colourpop. It's not Colourpop though, it's a rip-off. It's not the same. I got a Colourpop palette that I really wanted. It's not Colourpop. Hey, Sarah. I mean, it's okay. I've used it. It's okay. But it's not real. And I got a MAC lipstick as well, and that's not real either. I got a different colour to the one that I got that was given as a freebie to go with my real MAC brushes. And the lipstick that I got, the shade that I wanted, the same type, it's not the same. It doesn't apply in the same way. It's similar, it doesn't apply in the same way. And it came with 2 free MAC brushes. They're rip-offs too, because I've already got those brushes, the real MAC ones, and they're nothing like it. Well, they are like it, they look like it, but they don't feel like it. And what else? Yeah, a lip pencil, which won't be MAC either, so. Colourpop is great, but unfortunately, when you live in Asia, it's very difficult to get real stuff, and if Sephora aren't stocking it, you're pretty much going to be buying a rip-off. I can't stand Asia for that. Because it's just not the same. The quality, the application, everything, I know. It sucks, doesn't it? What have we got? We've got Beauty of Age and a Bringer of Change. Oh, oldies. Hey, Taylor. Did I say that already? Beauty of Age and Bringers of Change. Oldies. Oldies bringing change. The wise ones. Well, we'll see about that. Morning, Mandy. Yeah, so I was kind of disappointed in that because I do want the stuff that I bought, so I'm going to have to try and find the originals from somewhere. Anyway, still used it. It's okay. I followed a tutorial and I could see. She was holding the same palette up and I could see that it wasn't the same. What's with all the cards today? Multiple cards. Relaxation. Freedom. And solitude. Solitude's been coming out a lot lately in the energies. Relaxation and solitude kind of go together, right? Freedom. Free to do whatever we want to do. Mm. Wow, yeah, I was so exhausted. Oh, I know where it'll be quiet. It's thing, isn't it? Halloween for you guys. For some of the world. Still. Tried to get a massage yesterday. That wasn't happening. She was busy. I didn't even want to ride there anyway. I was too tired. Hi, Christine. You're shaking. Why? Wildness and freedom. Let go and be. Freedom again. Freedom. What are we setting? What are you setting yourself free from? I've got freedom out so much today. Wildness and freedom. Let me find it. My God, this humidity, look what it does to my hair. I washed my hair this morning and I did it. And look at it. It's just like, it's like I've done nothing. Humidity is just trashing it. I've put oil, so much oil on it too. Try and tame it. Wellness and freedom. Let go and be. Ellen of the Ways, Lady of the Wildwood, invites you to loosen your tight, cautious grip on life. Although it's prudent to keep your eyes open and check for danger, there's a fine line between caution and fear. Check in with yourself and ask, am I walking my path with healthy carefulness or with anxiety? Ellen calls you to tap into the still calm center within yourself and be brave like a deer striding into a clearing. Deers? Brave? Well, you're in Lanzarote. Nice. Thanks, Kate. Ellen calls you to tap into the still calm center within yourself and be brave like a deer striding into a clearing, just so she can feel what it's like to have some sunlight on her coat and see the blue sky above. Not sure about deers like that. Moving among the shadows is a safe way to watch for threats and stay safe, and there's certainly time for that. But now Ellen is calling you to be wild and free. Step out into the open spaces, run and jump and skip and dance. The Lady of the Wildwood knows the magic that awaits you. She's beckoning you to step forward. She's encouraging your walk to become a stride and a stride to become a dance. Let the light illuminate you. Let your light illuminate others. Dance your dance, sing your song, dazzle with brightness, and become wild and free. Become the wild and free spirit you were born to be. So we had, in the energy update today, there was some information there about the shadow and empowering ourselves and how important it is to empower ourselves at the moment. And I'm kind of connecting that with this. It could be time to stop with the anxiety and just be powerful, you know. I'm also noticing at the moment people getting a lot of lessons about the cult that is perpetual positivity and how it's really undermining to people, and it stops you from empowering yourself. It stops you from seeing the world as it is and people as they are. I mean, that Pollyanna state of thinking that the world can be a really good place if we're just positive enough, and then we'll make it like that and we can manifest it like that. And it's just not. It's not like that. Hey, Lana. Hi, Mr. Bowers. And so I am seeing a lot of lessons. I'm seeing a lot of people going through lessons like that lately. You know, just with what people are saying and stuff. It's like, yeah, I can see how those ones that are imbalancedly positive are being shown reality in a kind of a harsh way. So if anyone's getting lessons like that at the moment, it's all the same energy, freeing ourselves from the anxiety. Oh, Kate, thanks for your donation. That's unquestioned. Itchy back. Let's answer that. Is this person I'm about to get into a relationship a narcissist? Good question. Hey, Robin. Kate, no, not a narcissist. Now, I just heard a but after that from you guys, so let's get into the but. No, not a narcissist, but there's some personality traits there. Let's see. Yeah. Now, it's like autism. We're all on the scale, right, of narcissism. We've all got narcissistic traits. What you're asking is this person got a lot of them, a lot of those narcissistic traits that will undermine a relationship? Absolutely. No, but they do have some, right? We all do. Do they make it? Relationships are difficult because we've all got toxic traits about us. And it's not all toxic. We've all got traits that aren't conducive to being in relationship with other certain kinds of people. So we can have certain traits and put us together with someone with those similar traits, and it's not a problem. It's not toxic in the slightest. You'd have seen this with friendships and in relationships as well. But there's some traits that we have, part of our personalities, that are toxic when put with certain other kinds of people. Now, what I'm getting from this one, Kate, is yes, they're going to trigger you. They've got things about their personality that are going to trigger you. So the very reason that you are asking that question is like listen to yourself. We're not necessarily saying someone's toxic or a narcissist, but we can be saying that they have personality traits that aren't conducive to your personality traits of being at ease in relationships. I think I'm explaining it right. Let me know anyway, Kate, if I am. Yeah, I think you could find someone more compatible. Let's put it that way. I think you can find someone more compatible, Kate. They're going to be triggering to you, and it's not that they're toxic, it's that they've got toxic things to you. That makes sense. Okay, well, let's get some tarot out. If anyone else wants a mini read, then go ahead. And get one while I get some tarot out. Book of Shadows Tarot. It's getting closer to the time where I can crack out my Nightmare Before Christmas deck that I bought last year, remember? You wanted me to open it, and I said no, wait until next Christmas. Ooh, it's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Lovers. Well, it's Beltane. I presume it's the Lovers. Let's get some cards out. Guys, what do you want us to know today? I don't like when the cards stick into the camera like that. There we go. Cat's tail as well. Tell you what, the weekly reads were a little bit, not the pick a card, the customers that I've got in the weekly reading program where I do a weekly read for each of them and myself. Quite scorpionic this week, quite a confrontational week for a lot of people. So I'll just be aware of that. Summerlands. It's the Fool. New journeys taking risks. The Fool came out in the energy update today as well. Right. The Three of Fire. New paths. That came out in the energy update as well. The Seven of Earth. There's a big shark in this one. Dolphins, turtles, sharks. How interesting. Everything exists, right? There's the turtles, there's the dolphins, playful, fun. Turtles are inquisitive. Sharks, inquisitive too. That's a big scary shark, that one though. And the Ten of Fire. 10 of Wands. Let's have a look at this. Lots of constellations. Okay, I'm not going to read Summerlands out again because that's the Fool and we know what that is. But what I am going to do is read this Three of Fire out. Because it's about movement, isn't it? It's about moving forward, new paths, that kind of thing. I'm getting a decision energy from all of this. Make a decision, an important decision. I think I was talking about that last week. Of where to head next, what you're kind of committing to next in your journey. Where is it? Where's fire? Yeah. Three of Fire is Venus. Oh. The goddess Venus is almost universally equated with love and romance, beauty and pleasure. She also governs creativity, talents of all sorts, and art. As an astrological player, Venus is true to her image and certainly represents love, partnerships, and marriage. Those, however, are just one facet of Venus's energy. At her most basic, she represents attraction, both what we're attracted to and what we attract to ourselves. Looking at this idea in terms of the law of attraction, we draw towards us and are drawn towards what we value and what we desire. The Three of Fire denotes the energy of attraction, whether to another person, to an ideal, or to an item. We can see this by the card. We can see by this card and those surrounding it, the Fool, and put that one upside down, the Seven of Earth. How the attraction itself affects the situation. In addition, the nature of the thing desired or value may be revealed. In addition, the nature of the thing desired or value may be revealed. Shadow side of the card indicates revulsion, denial of attraction, or attraction thwarted. Thwarted. We don't use that word enough. I don't use that word enough. Thwarted. Okay, I'm going to use it in the readings today. Venus. What are we attracting? What are we attracted to? Especially with our hearts. And sometimes we think that we're repelling things that we're actually attracting. You know how I was just saying, I've noticed that the perpetually positive people Pippas are getting lessons now. There's a stage beyond that. It's like the self-soothing stage, isn't it? The love and light stage, the self-soothing stage, perpetually positive stage. There's a stage beyond that, and I was talking about it in the energy update of empowerment. We've got to empower ourselves and see life as it is. There's everything. There's sharks and all out there. We can't go around going, there's no sharks, I'm not attracting sharks, and then jump in the ocean and expect there to be no sharks there. Because there is. And we need to know how to deal with them. It's tricky, isn't it? Because what we're attracted to and what we attract, as we raise our vibe especially, we attract every kind of thing. You're going to be like a magnet to everything. And that's why empowerment has got to go with it. That's why you've got to be empowered. The universe has to trust you. You're raising your vibration, you're going to attract every kind of thing. You've got to be able to deal with every kind of thing. And it's just not true that if you're positive enough or if you just focus on one thing, you're only going to attract that. You're not. You're going to attract everything. Because it's out there. You don't have to choose it though, that's the thing. You don't have to choose it. Seven of Earth. Let me read the Seven of Earth. So what's the message there? What are we attracted to? Why? Seven of Earth. Sea creatures. Creatures of the sea seem so very different from us who dwell on the land and breathe air. However, it's interesting to remember that for 9 months or so, each of us breathed liquid. It was our first experience in breathing. And once born, we were somewhat shocked into breathing air. Despite our shared breathing experience, living underwater is still different than living on the earth. The difference really is water versus air. It seems that it would be easy to feel the flow of the universe in water, that one could sense upcoming eddies and currents and learn to work with them to move effectively and efficiently through life. The creatures of the sea seem to do this. Perhaps we, if we practice being more sensitive, could learn to sense the movement of our environment and the universe around us. The Seven of Earth indicates that now is the time to move carefully, to pay attention to your environment, to be extra sensitive to energetic flow. Move and experience things differently than normal. Recognize that this is a new situation and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Flow as gracefully as possible without jarring or upsetting the balance. The shadow side of this card indicates being in a new situation and feeling uncomfortable. You're having trouble acclimating and are uncertain how to react and behave. Your struggles will wear you out and probably make things worse. Don't struggle against it, go with it. Even new things, but responding to the energies. I'm getting this at the moment. I'm having to at the moment. It's a very tricky time for me personally because stuff's happening. I don't know that it's happening, but I can feel that it's happening and there's evidence that it's happening as well. And it's kind of tricky. And things are in the balance. And it could be quite easy to mess things up right now, which I'm not going to do. So I'm having to be really sensitive to what's going on in the energies and people, you know. Hey, Penny. So we're in a new situation now. We've attracted a new situation. And we've got to, you know how this bringer of change and the beauty of age here, something's coming from our wisdom. Change is coming from our wisdom. We've got to apply all that wisdom in a new situation now that we've attracted and that we're attracted to. But it's tricky. It's different. It's tricky. There's sharks out there as well. There are. There just are. I don't know that. 10 of Fire. And we can go around going, but they should want the best for me. They should be nice to me. They should have the same morals as me. They should be good people. They should be this. They should be that. Well, you can should all you like, but they're not. They're not going to be that. 10 of fire, stars. The stars in the night sky hold so much meaning for humans. We wish upon them, we use them to hold our stories, and we navigate by them. Astrology, the stars play nearly the same function. As constellations, they represent signs of the zodiac, which, remember, are the roles the actors, the planets, play. They represent the people we wish to be or the characteristics we dream of having. They tell us who we are. They help us guide us through life. There's some element of fate associated with stars, as if our futures were all written out across the skies, but that's not quite right. The stars are more like a dealer in the game of poker. We're given a hand of cards, and we can play that hand however we like. It's like my energy updates. It's the energies that are around at the time, but we can play it as we like, you know? We can carry on being disempowered, we can carry on doing the same things, or we can... It's a spotlight on those particular kinds of energies to do with what we will. The stars are more like a dealing in a game of poker. We're given a hand of cards and we can play that hand however we like. It's an odd juxtaposition. The role of fate simply serves to highlight the necessity of our choosing how to respond. It demands us to engage our free will. The 10 of fire indicates that the events in question cannot be changed. The 10 of fire indicates that the events in question cannot be changed. And that there is a role, they need a proofreader, and that there's a role that must be fulfilled or an action that must be taken. Yes. The actions we take in the face of unalterable facts define our nature and shape our character. So again, it's talking about the sharks. It's like how we deal with that, the actions that we take in the face of all of that. It's very important. How we deal with the things that we don't want and don't like is extremely important at the moment. The shadow side of this card doesn't change the facts of the matter, but instead indicates that we cannot see the stars and have lost our focus and feel directionless. The actions we take in the face of unalterable facts define our nature and shape our character. And like this said, we're in new situations now and we've got to really respond to that. You know how I was talking about last week that there's this energy that there's a rejig, there's a restructure in the universe going on, and everyone's kind of moving about, everyone's being repositioned to the people, the places, the work, or where we should be next. And that is unsettling to human beings. And so everyone is in this, everyone's on this fool's journey, in the same place at the same time, having this shake up. Some people will have moved there already, some people not, because that's the energies. And so it's how they're responding to it. Some people are fighting that and all up in their ego and fears and going, it shouldn't change, life should be perfect, it should be this, it should be that. And so extremely triggered. Some people are flowing with it, but there's something about how we deal with the stuff that we don't want or the stuff that we don't agree with that's very important at the moment. It's almost like we could make it really hard for ourselves by having a very pedantic kind of point of view of how things should be. So if, in other words, you know how I just said, everyone's in flux at the moment, right? So people are going to be triggered. And so some people aren't flowing with it. They're shooting all over the place. There should be this. I should be able to keep doing this. You should still be married to me. I shouldn't have to do this. You should be doing this, whatever. And so all those people that are shooting are around. And then they come into your experience like sharks shake up your world. And then if you start shutting all over them back, you should not put that on me. You shouldn't. You should be dealing with it in this kind of way. You should do this, you should do that. Well, just doing the same thing, right? So how we deal with, move this, how we deal with that, how we deal with them is very important, because complaining about complainers is still complaining. Shutting all over shutters is still shutting. Criticizing criticizers is still criticism, right? Yeah, it's much harder to fight the energy in the universe. And sometimes we don't realize that we're doing that. Sometimes we're fighting the whole universe and we don't realize that we're doing that. And that's what this is saying. It's like, don't fight the whole universe. Yeah. You're going to attract everything. But what you're attracted to is different, isn't it? And what you're repulsed by is, it's different for all of us. And we can keep on attracting what we are repulsed by not learning how to deal with it properly. In an empowered way, properly. Like, that's a should there, isn't it? But dealing with it in a way that empowers us, that causes us to say a clean no to it instead of a no that's fighting it. Allowing it to be without allowing it into our experience, or without inviting it into our experience. It can be there. We don't have to choose it. So I think there's a fine line. There's a tightrope that we're walking at the moment with all of this flux, and you might end up in the fight rather than the flow. Feels like a warning to me. It's Scorpio season, don't forget. It's going to be, I call it fun, but it's going to be a bit gnarly. Tempers are flaring, people yelling. I don't want to get involved. I can't get involved at the moment because I have to trust the people that are dealing with this to stand up for themselves and deal with it. That's another thing as well. You're going to see people going through this. I'm seeing people go through this at the moment. There's a lot of yelling going on at the moment. And opinions being thrown around. I always knew this was going to happen. It was going to happen. I'm not a part of it yet. And I'm letting it play out because I trust the people involved. Let's get some more cards out. So yeah, it's all death and rebirth. It's a big change that's going on at the moment for people. Maybe for you too. Relax, solitude, freedom. Setting ourselves free from it. Temperance. Favorite card. It's not really, but it's just the card that comes out the most, isn't it? Look at these two. Drinking purple wine. I'm eating cake. Temperance. Yeah, gonna have to temper ourselves. This isn't about patience this time. It's about tempering ourselves, not reacting to ego. It can be tricky. Ego can be so tricky. It can be so tricky, especially when we get when we get judgy about it. I know, right? I was being facetious. Temperance card, my favorite card. We never want to see temperance, right? It's either like nothing's going to happen, you're not going to get what you want, you've got to be patient message, or it's shit's going to hit the fan and you're going to get angry kind of a message. And it's the latter this time. The more judgy we get, the more judgmental that we get, the more on our high horse moralistic stuff, the more spiritual ego can come out, and that's the most dangerous kind, in my opinion. Like a justified ego thing, and it's not good. Not good. Come on, Temperance, where are you? Getting impatient to find the Temperance card. Why? I missed it. One at a time pages. I thought I'd done that, but I obviously didn't because I missed it. Temperance, there you are. Astara. Spring equinox. Pagans celebrate the world. Pagans celebrate as the world is filled with new life, as the goddess in the form of the maiden returns to the land from the underworld. Astara is as a playful celebration of spring, new life, fertility. The air is alive with potential. Because this holiday falls on an equinox, balance is an important aspect, but perhaps even more than that, fertility is celebrated. Seasonally speaking, death and winter are truly conquered, and the god and the goddess have returned to the land from the underworld. The brown bunny at the goddess's feet, and the white bunny, oh, I'm reading the wrong one. Hang on. Oh, I'll continue then. In her arms, are a nod to the balance inherent in this holiday, and while acknowledging that the days are becoming longer than the nights, life is becoming more prevalent than death. How interesting. So in this Scorpio season, the rebirth is becoming more than the death. So there's a glimmer of the rebirth. Yeah, that self-righteous and spiritual know-it-alls. It's that spiritual ego is the worst because it's because they think that they're right, because it's not as obvious that it's ego. That's why it's the trickiest hour. So life is becoming more prevalent than death. Death and rebirth. We're tipping the scales kind of thing toward rebirth here. This goddess pours the sacred water onto the... But we're tipping the scales toward rebirth, but the rebirth is into the unknown, right? It's into this new way of being. And so we've got new skills. Not new skills, we've picked up the skills in the past, but we've got to apply that wisdom in a new kind of way. It's leveling up. It's using what we've learned in these new situations, especially being sensitive to the energies. This goddess pours her sacred water onto the ground, giving it life, colour and beauty. She embodies delicate balance and elegant grace, flowing with it, like an eggshell that is strong enough to nurture new life, but at the right moment is weak enough to be broken through, releasing its contents into the world. Balance, grace, flowing easily within the world, bringing ease into your life, being at the right place at the right time. Disgruntled, I like that word. Yeah, it's a good time for anything. It's a shake-up right now, and you might need to shake things up. Shake it up. But temper yourself too. I mean, don't take a gun with you. You know? Yeah, this isn't saying don't get angry. If you need to get angry, get angry. I mean, if you are angry, be angry. People are tricky. The Knave of Wands. It's you, Christine, with your orange hair. The Knave of Wands. Court cards. No, Knave of Wands. is the Page of Wands. Discovers both the dangers and the power of a will. Reckless and prone to taking risks. We are taking risks at the moment. The Fool takes risks. And that's both dangerous and powerful. That's why we've got to temper ourselves. We've got to know when to take those risks and when not to. We've got to really tune into the energies right now. I was talking to a friend about it last night. Like, what do I do? Do I step in now or not? And he said, well, it just depends on the situation, doesn't it? Whether you do or not. And I'm like, you're right. I'm going to have to deal with it in the situation, in the moment. You don't have orange hair. You got red hair. It just reminded me of you. Big hair. I scared a big lizard yesterday. Monitor lizard. One of the big ones. Poor thing. I was riding down the road after dropping my laundry off to go and get my post. And it was sunning itself at the side of the road. And of course, I only saw it when I'd frightened it and it went running off. Poor thing. So they're having a nice relax in the sun, and there I come on my bike. It's warning. This is all warnings. It's like what the weekly reads were this week as well. Warnings. Damn. My warning in my weekly read was very, very clear about it. Mine was about not succumbing to a certain desire and attraction that I've got at the moment, because it's not the right timing at all. And even though things are kind of escalating now, it's like I've got to take a step back. 6 of Wands, there's going to be victory. There's going to be victory. We're getting there. We're getting there. She's climbing up that mountain now, you see, with the geckos. The 6 of Wands. Grandma was a redhead. Or you had really white hair. I thought you had red hair. 6 of Wands. Let me in. 6 of Wands. This woman has focused her will and set her intention and has achieved great heights, quite literally. It's amazing what we can see when we overcome our challenges and reach our highest potential. The recognition of others is always nice, but nothing really matches inner satisfaction. Oh my God, this message. Yes, this message has been coming out in the readings too. The private readings I've been doing. You're going to get your victory, but it's like a quiet victory in yourself. It doesn't matter what the disarray is on the outside and other people complaining about it and shutting all over you. You're getting your victory. And the victory isn't everyone agreeing with you and everyone applauding you. The victory is you getting what you want. Even when everyone is in this disarray kind of thing about it. This. You valuing your accomplishments and your victory instead of it only being sweet if everyone else values it too. They don't have to. They don't have to agree with your decisions. You just got to do you and do what's right for you and have your own victories. And not seek that validation from others. Because just as you're not going to be giving validation to others, don't seek it from others too. It's a warning, this. So, we're talking about the status quo here, not the band, because they're rubbish, aren't they? You get what you want, you have to wait for it. Yeah. Yeah. So much waiting at the moment. I've never known anything like it. Nor have I ever known anyone that has been so intent on something to take such a long path to get it as well. And that is important in itself to me. It makes it all the sweeter. It makes it very, I don't know what it makes it. It makes it all the sweeter. It's not sweeter. It makes it, you know, if you get something easily, you don't value it. If you've had to work towards something and wait for something and really work for something, it makes it valuable. And it's not the hard work, it's that you did it. You know that you did it, this victory. You did it, you got yourself there. Like being hoisted up on a rope to the top of a mountain isn't going to be as satisfying as climbing up there yourself. It just isn't. It just isn't. And the more challenge that we have along the way, even though we think, oh, I would love to have an easy life and it, to be so easy. We don't, because the victory when we get there is sweet. You're waiting right now, you realise it's the best thing for you. I learned so much about shadow side and judgments, right? Especially when the impatience kicks in and we just want to blow shit up. Do you know what I mean? It's so tempting, isn't it? To speed it along when our ego kicks in and goes, just make it happen, but it's going to destroy it. Let's brush my hair because it's really annoying me. I wish the aircon would just I wish there was a rainy season mode on the aircon to make it do the humidity better than it does. It's already on the humid setting, but you've been trying to get a week off work since April? Damn. Oh yeah, sort that shit out. That's not good. Yeah, don't be too compliant. And you also know someone really loves you when they're willing to do whatever it takes, and wait. Really. Properly. Unconditional love. Yeah, stand up for yourself, Christine. When you show people that you're last on the list kind of thing and you'll put up with that, then people will do that. They'll put you last on the list. Right? Oh, don't worry, Christine will be okay about it. You show them that you're not okay about it. Oh, what do we have here? We've got the Emperor and the Moon, but there's cards underneath them as well. The Emperor and the Nine of Swords. The Emperor's in a nightmare here. I know he is. He's anxious, just having a nightmare. So the Emperor's having a nightmare. The Moon, the feminine. Oh, the Sun. The Moon and the Sun together. Divine counterparts. Ooh. Ooh. The Sun and the Moon. I didn't expect it to be the Sun. So the feminine's got good stuff going on. The Emperor's in a nightmare. We were talking about divine masculine, divine feminine here, by the way. Just the way that they fell out there, 2 cards fell out like this. 2 piles. The Emperor with the 9 of Swords. And the Moon with the Sun. Let's decipher this message. Poor thing. Poor divine masculine. Crap it's going through at the moment. Being yelled at. He's done the right thing. It's a thing, but they can't see it. You know, and people will judge based on what they would do or what they think people have done. Worst case scenario kind of thing. Right, because the Hierophant came out in the energy update today, and I was getting from that a moral standpoint kind of thing. People could be shutting their morals everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Jessica, thank you. Have you got a question, Jessica? Haven't seen one. Or maybe they don't know about your aunt and you're wishing to go there. Got to speak up about our needs and our desires and our wants. Not from a victimhood place, but like I really need to go there. High self-guidance for you. Let's do you before I start reading those out. Where did chicken go? Did anyone see? Ooh. Jessica, get support, physical action, get help. Like, but physical help, like, get a plumber in, get someone to mow the lawn for you. It's that kind of thing. Get someone to do that stuff for you. You don't have to do it all yourself. What is it that he's doing? But you're not doing it. It's not being done. Just, yeah, ask someone else to do it for you. Listen in a new beginning. It feels like there's people that want to help you, but you're not letting them help you. You need to let them help you. Ask them to do it. There's no rewards for doing everything ourselves, which is kind of funny after me saying, like, you want to climb up that mountain yourself. Yeah, we do, but she doesn't have to, like, make her climbing shoes and make the ropes and all of that. She didn't have to do it all herself, right? She got ropes. We don't need to do it all ourselves. And so, yeah, it just feels to me like if you've been struggling with receiving, Jessica, you need to start letting people actually do physical things for you. Now, this could be about, I don't know what your living situations are, but if you're living with other people, about getting them to do chores instead of you doing it all. It could be about that. I feel like the new beginning that you want is on the other side of this. In other words, if you've had a struggle receiving, getting anyone to do anything, it's not just going to magically happen that they start doing it, or that people that will come into your life. It's going to be a gradual step by step. Can you do this? Getting annoyed at them for not doing it. Yeah, practicing empowerment. That was in the energy update as well. Practicing empowering yourself, speaking up for yourself, allowing that in bit by bit. Test yourself every day. Let, give yourself a goal to let people help you each day. At least one thing every day. Yeah? Makes sense. Good. It comes with practice, and it gets easier with practice the more we let it in. And Beth, thank you for your donation, guys. Higher self-guidance for Beth. Express love up until now. Oh, love languages. Love languages, the way that you express love until now. It needs a shift. Not like that your love language is wrong or whatever, but there might be a way that you're refusing to express love because it's backfired on you in the past. So there could be a fear holding you back from expressing love in a particular way because of the past. This isn't saying like change your personality and your love language. It's saying that you'd have all the love languages to a certain extent or whatever. But there's one that you are closed down to because of the past. A way that you're not expressing love. So there's something to heal here. But from the past that's closed you down from expressing love in a certain kind of a way. You've made it not okay because of the repercussions that it had in the past. So it's time to be willing to face that. You're on track to it. So I feel like you've already started uncovering this path to healing, this thing, or that it's a problem. Or maybe you're like, I wish I could express my love in that way. I wish I could open up in that kind of a way. So you've already started down that path. Keep on down that path. Just be willing to uncover more. Of course, that willingness card, it's about being willing to face the darkness that's there. Those icky feelings. That's where the healing's at. So keep on going with that. Down that path of healing what it is that's stopping you from expressing love in that particular way that you want to. I recognize that one. When you get frustrated with yourself and you're like, why can't I just like express my love? Why can't I just like be open and do that thing? What's stopping me? And you can feel it's yourself that's stopping you. Right? Hey, love heart. Yeah, wow. Okay, let's get to these tarot in the Starchild. So we've got the Emperor. We know who he is. He's the masculine, divine masculine. But let's read him out and just see. Even my book's gone crinkly. It's not just my hair. Everything. It's so humid. All the cards will start curling up soon. It's like the cards go, oh, it's too humid. And I'm going, it's too humid. And my hair's going, it's too humid. And the air conditioner is like, I'm trying. Starting to express your feelings rather than seating them to keep the peace. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. The Emperor. Well, the Emperor's having a hard time of it. The Emperor indicates a time for reinforcing a sense of clarity and direction in your life. The execution of a specific plan or idea will need your inner strength. Oh, so much of it. Scorpio season, it's death and rebirth. It's big. It's going to need your inner strength and organization. This is to the divine masculine, by the way. An organization in order to manifest properly. They need to be strategic thinkers. This card may also signify an authoritative figure as much as a state of mind. Sometimes the existence of power lies in the ability to distinguish thoughts and actions. Oh, the divine masculine is having to stand up in their true power and be really strong right now. Good on them. Mine's doing it. And I know it's not easy for them. Sometimes the existence of power lies in the ability to distinguish thoughts and positive? No. Thoughts and actions that are damaging or aggressive with those that are nurturing and positive. When you consider the essence of love behind your choices, stability and strength will manifest with ease. This card also denotes intelligence, power, and mental organization. A whole lot of determination, motivation, and also self-control. An ability to think on a larger scale, a lot more long-term. And when it comes to raising your vibration to a higher state of awareness, this defines what you truly prioritize and how you choose to use your energy in life. What you give out always returns. So the divine masculine is being very on point at the moment. Those that are stepping up into the divine masculine, that is, not everyone is doing it, of course. Wow. They're needing to take the initiative. They're needing to prove themselves. But I tell you what, they're having a nightmare about it. The Nine of Swords here. It's not easy for them. It's a rite of passage, I just heard. It's not got to be easy for them. Divine masculine, you've had it so easy in the world. This has not got to be easy for them. It's not got to be. It is a rite of passage. Not everyone's going to make it. The divine masculines, not all of them are going to make it. Because of the Nine of Swords. Some of them are going to give up. Some have had it too easy and they expect it too easy. Maybe the divine feminine has been too easy as well, and she's fallen from grace. She's dropped her divinity as well. The Nine of Swords indicates that's what my weekly reading was about. Keep on keeping on, you know. The Nine of Swords indicates a state of inner disharmony and habitual worrying. It can also reflect anxiety, insomnia, psychological fear, with deceits of the imagination that are hindering your overall health and perspective. Things may not necessarily be as bad as you think, or perhaps you're being too hard on yourself. Seek counsel and connect with the people you love. Not easy. Because the people you love have probably got opinions right now, if there's change going on in your life. Divine masculine. If there's an issue that's bothering you, address it head on in order to release the attachments you've made. Wow. This card may also indicate that it will be important for you to stop worrying about others and their views or opinions. Know that you deserve to be happy and that positive outcome is closer than you think. Wow. And divine masculine, things may be blown out of proportion in a negative way. I think they are at the moment. Yes, there's lots of yelling going on, which limits your view of positivity and love. How can you rise above the stress you're experiencing? Your state of despair is not healthy and may only cause more pain in the long run. Take a deep breath and broaden your perspective of this situation. It may be that very soon all of this will be behind you. It's a rite of passage. Well, how about that? The divine masculine is going through a rite of passage right now. It's going to be difficult for them. Those that persist will get through it. Those that don't will fail and they'll fall by the wayside. The moon. Meanwhile, the divine feminine. The moon. Sensitivity is dreams. She knows what's going on. She's having to flow with it at the moment. We got that message already. Dreams, imagination, psychic powers. It may indicate a time of insecurity due to external influences or forces in your life. Noticing what the divine masculine is going through. Who or what is holding you back from connecting with your higher self? Nobody. Nothing. The moon also addresses the deeper realms of the subconscious, shadow thoughts and feelings we experience as humans. It's important to acknowledge this side of yourself as the balancing contrast to your lighter or happier facets. We're whole, we're everything. But not to let it take over your mind completely. The moon is also a card of illusion, things not necessarily as they seem. It is therefore important to let go of any past traumas or influences that are distorting your perception. Right. So as the Divine Masculine is going through all of this stuff, he's having to keep going with it and prove himself. What the Divine Feminine, because she's like one step ahead in a way, but she's still having a wobble. She's having an emotional wobble because of the energies and the fluctuations. She can feel what's going on, and fears from the past come up. And so the Divine Feminine is having to keep doing what she's doing. I mean, keep doing what she knows to do, heal herself, face things, stuff like that, and keep going with that. So both going through a rite of passage at the moment. Remember, we create our experiences and reality from the vibrational quality of our thoughts. The power of your mind is limitless. How can I work with the darker aspects of my thoughts and feelings in order to move forward? How can I work with my shadow self? How can I tune into my psychic abilities? Right, so the Divine Masculine is going through a rite of passage, and he's having to step more into the action kind of thing and doing the long-term thing for what he really wants. Maybe out of his comfort zone, the death and rebirth Scorpio season, out of his comfort zone. The Divine Feminine is again doing the rebirth thing, but kind of more in the death part of it, of having to let go of the past stuff, the past fears, the past experiences that have caused fears, that have caused her to be not okay with what's going on, inner feels about what's going on here. But there's the sun. It's time to acknowledge your wonderful blessings. There's going to be a victory here, but I don't think that they're going to get a round of applause. I think the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine are going to end up together if they both do this. But I don't think they're going to get that standing ovation and that round of applause. I think they're going to be met with, I think it's going to be a quiet victory. I've been getting that over and over again, is that there's going to be trouble. There is going to be trouble. There's going to be opinions about it. And when the sun shows up in a reading, it's time to acknowledge your wonderful blessings. Blessings is an expansive, love-filled radiance that indicates a joyous time in your life. Along with a renewed sense of abundance, you've reached a higher state of consciousness. This elevates your inner growth and connects you with the divine light of source. The sun also reflects the positive approaches you take in how you choose to interact with the people around you. You're succeeding in new and vibrant ways and are able to pour all of your enthusiasm and vitality into your dreams. Nice. When you resonate this way, it's only natural that more light will shine down upon you and the ones you love. Bask in this healing transformational energy. It's guided you this far. How can I maintain this positive mindset and approach to life? Am I ready to receive the payoff for all that I've worked for? Am I ready to acknowledge the light in myself and others? Happy relationships, warmth, pleasure, sincerity, good health, joy, accomplishment, success, abundance, celebrating your inner child. And you do need to know, like everything that was said here, you're going to attract every kind of thing. And the higher your vibration, the more of everything that you attract. In other words, the higher your vibration, the more detractors are going to voice themselves, are going to make themselves heard, kind of thing. It's always the way. That's why we can't have the instinct of success and stuff like that. It's because we couldn't handle it. We wouldn't be able to handle it. Like me 10 years ago, I wouldn't be able to handle this right now. Because I get all kinds of bullshit. I've having this YouTube channel. I get all kinds of people contacting me and all kinds of shit comes my way because of it. And I'm strong enough for that now. It would have broken me 10 years ago. I was nowhere near strong enough. The universe doesn't let us have nice things when we're not ready for it. Gabe, hello. And they're going to continue making themselves known. Why? Because people have reactions to it. They do. Look at anyone that's got success. They get so much crap about it. They get hated for it. And people feel justified in hating them. Like, Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his name is. Mark, is it? People hate him. Everyone's using his platform. Should be grateful for it, what he's done. But no, they hate him for it. It happens to everybody. And so when you're manifesting something good, whether it's business success, whatever it is, any kind of victory, you're going to get more haters for sure. So the divine masculine and divine feminine will be hated for it. Because sharks exist too. A lot of them there. A lot of people in sharky energy. And how we react to that. Remember that card? What was that card? Temperance, was it? How we react to that is super important. We don't bat that ball right back to them and be that crappy energy right back to them. We don't do that. As tempting as that is, that's where our ego wants to go. Well, F you too. When someone says that to you, it's like, don't go there. Be the bigger person here. You don't want to undo this positive spiral upward. Sure, deal with them, but don't bat it back to them, Oh, wow. Well, it's certainly going on for me. I'm glad they're telling me about this because a lot of the readings have been very, like the dailies and my personal weekly and what else? These have been very helpful to me personally. What's going on at the moment. And it's hardly even started for me yet because all I've got to do is wait. All I'm doing is waiting, and that's hard enough. There's more responsibility to money. What are you talking about? Okay, Gabe. Abundance again for you, Gabe. It's the same story, isn't it? Follow my knowing and doubt cancels abundance. So doubting abundance has got you ignoring an intuition, an idea that you've had. You're talking yourself out of doing something because of your doubt of abundance. And it might not appear that way because when we're doubting abundance, we use it as great excuses. We're like, well, I shouldn't even want the money, or I don't know, there's something like that. You've got a blocking abundance belief here that's stopping you from acting on an idea that you've intuitively had. Oh, got lovers as well. Better feeling thoughts. About lovers. What's that got to do with the price of fish? What is the belief? I want to get to the bottom of this because your higher self keeps on talking about this abundance belief that you've got that it's not helping you. What deck can I use to find out what it is? Maybe this one. And then we'll get to that lovers thing because it must be connected. Embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited, is the answer. I have a right to be excited. So you've got a belief. Maybe it's not right, that it's not right to be excited about abundance or something like that. That you shouldn't love it. Why not? You should love everything. I love money. I love abundance. It's great. Really. Can't wait. There's some things that I want to do and I can't wait. I'm going to buy land. I'm going to build an incredible place on it. And there's just so much you can do. There's exciting things that you can do with it. And why not? There's nothing wrong with it. One good thing about being in a country that's kind of second world, certainly not third world here. I had a funny comment on a comment that I put on YouTube about these. Because apparently you can get them replaced if you've got the crackly problem that these have, but not in Thailand. Anyway, I'd written something on this video saying, oh, really? We can get them replaced? Because mine have, and they told me I couldn't, but it was a long time ago when I asked here in Thailand, and someone, obviously an American, because it's Americans that don't know the first thing about the rest of the world, right, generally, said, well, you need to own that mistake of buying AirPods and then going to Thailand. I didn't. I bought them here. Why was I saying that? I don't know. Being excited about abundance. Yeah, and my reaction to that too was like, it's not a mistake. I just want to buy them. Like my point on that video was like, good, I need these new ones to come out because I want to buy ones that work instead of buying a flight to Bangkok to try and change these. I just want, I don't care spending the money. I don't care losing the money on these. I don't care. See you, Christine. Have a good one. Stand up for yourself. Cake. Hummingbird cakes. Does anyone know what that is? I didn't know what that was until I moved to Australia. Cherry coconut. That I would choose that one. Cherry coconut. Yum. But in all reality, I hardly ever eat cake. So you're not allowing yourself to be excited about abundance. It's not okay for you, but it is okay. It's kind of funny that the love and light people that are deathly against success and abundance, well, you're not being love and light then. Yeah, love everything, love everyone, but not money and people that have got it. Why not? Well, I would. You care about the money you spend. It could be that, yeah, it could be. You're being a bit too careful about it all. Could be. You see, abundance is the free flow of it all. Like, I would just buy them. Hey, I would just, if Apple would just let me buy some of these that worked, I would just buy another pair. It's cheaper than getting a flight to Bangkok to try and change these. But I'm not going to buy another pair of these while they have that crackly problem. I don't want another pair that break like this. And so my point being, it was one of our Justine's videos, I think, about the new ones that are coming out. As soon as they come out, I'll buy some. I just haven't had the option of being able to buy. And why? Why don't I pedantically stand up to getting these replaced or whatever? Because I don't need to. Because I can make the money like that. That's abundance. Everything can be easy. I don't have to be in my ego about it and going, oh, I'll fight for it, I'll fight for it. I paid for these, the consumer's right, and all shit like that. I just don't need to. Because I've got abundance. Oh, that could be why here. Lovers and better feeling thoughts. Better feeling thoughts can be easy. It can be easy and exciting too. What's that? It's a shadow. It can be easy and exciting. You're allowed to feel good about it all. Delve into it, Gabe. Maybe, yeah, unlock it somehow. I don't know. You might be able to get the answer in a dream or something. That when it's something like this and we're not getting the clarity on what it actually is, you can get clues, like ask your higher self, or show me in a dream then, or give me signs, like ask to be shown what it is. Because it's great to get clarity on stuff like that. Because the reason that these things and these blocks that we have fly under the radar is because it's so entrenched in us, and everyone around us seems to have that same belief, and we think it's normal and we think it's right, and we think that that's all that it is. And so they can be really tricky to pin down. Okay. So we've got the Divine Masculine going through something here. And he's having to step up in a big way, and he's having a nightmare about it. But it's good because it's a rite of passage. He needs to go through this. He's had things too easily. He needs to prove himself. Right. Dreams have been wonky as. Wonky as. Are you keeping a dream journal? I would. I would if I were you at the moment. We should all probably be doing that at the moment. Because Scorpio season, you know, it's like life becomes this sinister video game where you got to pay great attention and be on the ball and flowing with it and letting go of things and stepping into the new and facing those demons and all of that. It's great. I love it. Here we go. This just fell out, so I'll read it. This. An extra card that came with it. It says, what is success? To laugh often and much. To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. To appreciate the beauty, to find the best in others. To leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you've lived. This is to have succeeded. Quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Nice. It's also having shit tons of cash as well. Let's not forget that. I mean, it happens naturally. Abundance and love and all of that, it happens naturally with it. Because it's all the same energy. Yours have been there. Scorpio rising. I wonder if that will make it more tricky for you, this. I don't know. I like it. I like money. I really do. I like money. I like having the resources to... I like having nice things around me. I like my space to be comfortable. I like my luxuries, of course. Yeah. Abundance is great. Yours have been weird, Mandy. When you go to write them down, you can't make sense of them or remember them properly. Fresh hell is this? 7 of Wands. Bit of a fight going on here. It's like having to defend ourselves. Look at his face. It's like, come here and I'll hit you with my stick. You're starting kind of an energy. Challenges, determination, strong will, assertive, strong will twice, doubly strong will. When the 7 of Wands comes up in a reading, have you been struggling to get on top? Or did you finally get to the top and you're still fighting to stay there? Whether you're trying to reach a goal or struggling to keep that goal, this card reminds you to keep your determination and yourself in check. I was getting that for the Divine Masculine. There's got to be a lot of determination at the moment. There has to be a lot. It's a test. It's not a final test either. It's a test. It's a really important test with the Divine Masculine at the moment. And I don't know who's going to make it. Well, only the Divine Masculine is going to make it. The others are going to fall away and be whatever they are. The fallen masculine. Or did you finally get to the top and you're still fighting to stay there? Whether you're trying to reach a goal or struggling to keep that goal, this card reminds you to keep your determination and yourself in check. Check yourself. Be assertive and keep your dignity. Hold your own, so to speak. Life will be challenging and constantly shows us how strong we can really be. This card may also indicate someone harassing you, trying to use you as a scapegoat or challenging you. But what they don't know is that you're already one step ahead and will not be taken advantage of. Be assertive. Yes. Don't quit. Ego, 7 of Wands reverse, masculine, don't quit, and the feminine too. Surrendering, lack of leadership. Oh, who wants that? Who wants a guy like that? Not me. Powerless, wrong priorities. When the Seven of Wands comes up in a reversed in a reading, ask yourself why you've let your pride go. Wow. What's holding your full potential back? You're standing up for what you believe in. You must be feeling burned out or having a hard time standing up for what you believe in. Feeling unpopular, like you don't fit in. Oh God, that's gonna make them fall for sure. Wanting to be popular, wanting to be praised. Divine Masculine is going to be praised for this. He's not going to get a round of applause. He's going to get the Divine Feminine, and that's enough. He's not going to get a round of applause for it. So any of that, wanting to be popular and all of that, wanting to be seen to be winning, is going to fall. Is going to fall at that. How can you turn these thoughts around? This card can indicate you being in some sort of scandal. Scandalous. It is. It's scandalous. Must be something wrong about it. Hold on to your beliefs and they'll be beneficial to you. Unfortunately, this card reversed is one that shows signs of giving up or letting go. Don't do it, masculine. Wow. It's scandalous. In fact, there's nothing scandalous about it. I can see how it appears scandalous on the face of it, but there really is nothing scandalous about it. There's literally nothing going on, yet everything under the surface. Let's get one more card out. Got something for the Divine Feminine. It's good to know what the Divine Masculine is going through, but all I'm getting for the Divine Feminine here, is, just past fears coming up. She just seemed to be one step ahead. I don't know, they're just going through different things, and I'm not sure whether it's ahead or not. Look what came out, Death, Scorpio season, and the Hierophant, which is very important at the moment. There's something about a sense of morals, of what's right for us, and being true to that, no matter whether anyone else agrees with it or not. We've got to be true to that and not impose that on other people as well. Like, let's not become the detractors of you and your story. Let's not be the same energy for other people and their story. Start pointing the finger at them. Don't do that. So the Death and the Hierophant. Death. Let's read Death out, just in case we don't know what it's about. I love it. Scorpio. Right, Death. Get rid of that. Death. Ending. New transformation. Closure. Regeneration. When the Death card comes up in a reading, a situation must come to an end before a new one can begin. It must. Ooh. It's going to be forced to. Isn't the Tower quiet at the moment? I mean, the Tower card, it's not coming out, but it's right there, and you know it. I should have bought that deck, the one that's only Tower cards. Well, it's every single card, but they've all got the Tower picture on it. That's perfect for for now, for this energy right now. Everything is the Tower. When the Death card comes up in a reading, a situation must come to an end before a new one can begin. It's going to be forced that way. The Tower's going to fall anyway. You're either going to come out a victor or you're going to lose everything. It's going to be really shitty. If the Tower falls and you're not building on solid foundations, you're just going to end up with rubble. This is saying that there's no continuing on as it was before. It's not an option. It's not an option to continue on with what went before. Look, I've been told to look at it. Okay, that's why. Let me show you. You know, come closer to the camera. You see in the background there, there's the tower by the sun coming up here. Someone's pleading there. Look at that one in the corner. This one. Look at that face. Right. All kinds of bargaining going on. Please, please don't. Please don't. That's like, whatever. Tower's in the background with the sun coming up. The rebirth is there. The tower has to happen. There is no going back. Ooh. Just like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, it's a natural process, but there's no going back from it. It's time to get rid of things that are no longer useful for you and seek closure before moving on. This will not be an easy change, but it's paramount for your maturity and well-being. If you've been feeling stuck, this card is advising you to decide what you need to let go of. If there's any stagnant energy that surrounds you, releasing it will have you feeling free. The freedom, yeah. Death reversed. This is what we do not want right now. Fear of change, refusing to let go, burning bridges. Yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. We don't want to have an ego reaction to it. We're not leaving things behind. Death isn't about blowing shit up and burning bridges and making an enemy of everyone and all of that. We've got to be so careful how we do this. It's not about running away either. When death comes up reversed in a reading, it's suggesting that there's a delay in reaching a goal and facing reality in some aspects of your life. It could be that there's still a lot to be learned from where you're at right now. Not time yet to move on. Or perhaps you may have been perhaps you may be having trouble facing the fact that it's time to let go. For example, you were unwilling to accept that a romantic relationship has come to an end. Evaluate what's best in your life and remain true to yourself. Remain true to yourself. Perhaps you may be unwilling to mend broken ties. Death reversed may be telling you to slow down. And the Hierophant, right? So the important bit in that pertains to the Hierophant is remain true to yourself. The Hierophant in this case is about your own morals. Doesn't matter whether anyone else agrees with it or not. It's your own. Well, it's probably better if the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are on the same page, otherwise they're not a couple. Teacher, belief system, responsibility, knowledge. The Hierophant is referred to as the teacher. It's now time to truly believe in what you say and how you behave. Go prove it. Do you give advice that you would actually take yourself? When advice is given, is it always with good intent? When advice is given, it's always with good intent. Not always. Depends who you're getting it from. There's got to be some substance with that advice so that you know it's appropriate to be taken. We'll only take advice from people that have done it already or are doing it. Are you the one in need of advice right now? If so, then it's time to explore your beliefs. Try seeking advice from someone who shares similar and healthy views. Right, it's the moral standpoint. The Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine sharing a moral standpoint, not just in talk, and not just in judging others about it, but living it themselves and proving it. I feel like the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine are having to prove it at the moment. Prove it. Hierophant reversed is lack of knowledge, unethical teacher, dogmatic. When the Hierophant reverse comes up in a reading, you may be questioning traditional and social views. Are you rebelling against it? You may even be rebelling for the sake of rebelling, like a rebel without a cause. Ask yourself, are you doing what is expected from you? Ask yourself if you are doing what is expected from you. This card may also be telling you to examine your usual routine in thinking and acting. It's time to evaluate what patterns are necessary. This card could also be reversed when you're being bothered about your conscience. You may also be confused about the right thing to do or say. So some people could be confused about it. And you'll be confused about it if you're still trying to people please. People pleasing has just got to go, go, go. So there's a hell of a lot of struggle here, internal struggle and a tower moment. Things cannot go on as they were before. It's going to fall apart. It's definitely going to fall apart. I'm going to need a pee, or otherwise I'm going to fall apart. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. So, anyone else noticing a divine masculine going through this right now? Or is it just me in mine? He's impressing me. He's doing so well. So well. I don't know. It's a very tricky situation. Even with me. And when he backs his energy away from me, just doing the right thing. Absolutely. I'm impressed. He's proven himself. Okay. Do we need more tarot than this? I don't think we need more tarot. I think it's pretty clear. Let's get one of these out. Anyone else see any divine masculine go through this? I'm finding it quite easy, in fact, to deal with the past stuff. Maybe because I've had so much practice. Wow, it looks dramatic out there. The sun's shining and the clouds are like grey, dark blue grey. Okay, maybe the bigger card reader is going to have to be about the divine masculine and divine feminine. I think it's going to have to be that today. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So those that are going through this, divine masculine, divine feminine, I told you there's not very many of them. There's not even going to be very many of them that are able to do this. They're already with each other in spirit. They know it. It's true. Already been chosen. The decision has been made. I'm strong in that. I'm really strong in that. I wasn't a while ago. I was still undetermined. But with each step of this way, it's like, wow, I'm impressed. I always knew that I needed a man to prove his strength to me. Not flex, but like this. Like a true leader. So already together in spirit. Believe this and they'll manifest physically. And secret admirer. This feeling's being held back. They're not speaking yet. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting go. Maybe they can't at the moment. Maybe it's not safe at the moment. Maybe they've got to sort all of this crap out at the moment. There's going to be a victory here, but not everyone's going to get there. Oh, did anyone see this Cosmic Visions Tarot deck that I've got here? I saw an ad on Facebook for the fundraiser. What's it called? Startup Kickstarter thing for it. And I don't know, pledged for, I don't know, $90 or something like that for. I'm gonna get all 3 tin sets of that. This one, there's a, I don't know what the others are called. There's the Cosmo Visions and there's something else Visions and something else Visions, all different colors, but same, like very similar to this. You know, this is the deck where you can, if they were all in order, like the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, it creates a picture. It's a really beautiful deck. So I'm like, yeah, I absolutely want the originals because, of course, this is just Chinese ripoff because I live in Asia and it's just full of crap here. Anyway, I'm getting them. The nectar. I posted it on Facebook as well. Did I post it? I don't think I posted it in the group. I should have done. Oh, I'll do that now. Let me share it in the group. The Facebook group, everyone. If you're not in the Facebook group, join us. Join us. Here's a link to the group. And I'll post it from the page, my page, Be Healing page, into the group. I don't know. If you're into cards, you might. I just, I like supporting things like this. I do. Share as Be Healing. Yep. Where's the group? Here it is. Intersetted. I've got dyslexic fingers. There you go. I've just posted it in the group. The fundraiser thing, the Kickstarter, whatever it's called. Okay, back to the cards. I've got the nectar. What's this saying? The nectar. It's the sweet stuff. Sweet results await. There's a balance here. The light and the dark. Sweet results await. Ah, yes. It's not in this reading. It's in the energy update today, though. Eight of Pentacles. The results coming from the hard work you put in, and I talked about the hard work can be shouldering all the responsibilities, being codependent, keep on doing those things that, there's a lot of hard work that goes into upkeeping that stuff. And there's also a lot of hard work that goes into, being the divine as well. You're going to reap the rewards of whatever you've been putting your efforts into. I know which I would choose. So the nectar here, you reap the rewards of the effort that you've been putting in. And there's a hell of a lot of effort being put into victimhood and shaming and blaming and shutting and all the ego stuff. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that, and it's painful too. This is more kind of sweet pain. Sweet pain with a promise at the end of it, No. I was just told, no, there's no promise at the end of it. You might not make it. Someone's going to make it. The Bardo, between worlds right now, not there yet, still on the way. The Bardo is that figure that takes us between one world and another when we die, before we're reborn. It takes us, often depicted as a guy in a boat, taking us from one shore to another. That's the Bardo, in between worlds right now. So the death and rebirth is Scorpio season. It's the underworld. We're in the underworld right now. The shapeshifter and the storm. So the storm is happening. The tower is happening to redirect us, to change us. It's a rite of passage that we have to go through. Because without this, we can't become what we're becoming. The storm has to happen. This rite of passage has to happen. We've got to prove ourselves. It's not going to be easy. If you want it easy, you're not on this divine masculine, divine feminine path. High state of integrity is what it requires. Oh, you got the Delta. Sorry to hear that, Nick. See ya. Get better. Feel better soon. It has to happen because it's a rite of passage. It's like you've got to take the exam to graduate from the university. There's always something to give in order to get what we're getting, that what we want. There's a death to have before the rebirth. It's a big one, this. I think you got the Delta rather than the Delta getting you. But I know what you mean. It is what it is. I keep on getting cards out wanting some encouragement here, and it's not giving it us. It's giving us the cold, hard truth here. It is what it is. It is what it is. Door's closed right now. It's not open yet. We've got to prove ourselves first. Are you worthy of this? Prove it. You know? Are you worthy of me, Mr. Handsome? You're handsome enough, but are you worthy of me? Prove it. Kind of is at the moment, but it could fall. I don't know. It's still unknown. It is what it is right now. I hold hope. But the door is closed as of yet. Oh, when can we expect it? Well, we do have an eclipse, don't we, on the 19th, which is the Loicratong Festival here. And that's toward the end of Scorpio season, so that could be an extremely important date. Date. I don't know. So thanks everyone for coming along. It's the rite of passage for the twin flames here. That's what it was all about. In case you saw or unaware of that. Wonder how many twin flames there are in reality. I wonder what the false twin flames are going through at the moment as well. Just more bullshit, probably. Still bullshitting themselves. So thanks everyone for coming along, and thanks for your donations, those of you that got mini reads. Let's do this all over again on Wednesday in 2 days' time. Yep, have a good one. See you, Penny. See you, everybody.